Okay, New York session done. Took one trade on AUD/USD. AUD/USD, higher time frame breakout levels, all bearish. Peak bias, both bearish as well. Last month closed bullish fake out month, faked out previous month low, closed above it, and then this month we broke out above previous month high, and then we faked it out. So whenever you fake out a previous high underneath that breakout level, turns it into a breakout continuation. So on the cycles here, broke out below the previous month low, right here, and then faking out the low is a breakout reversal, and then faking out the high. If we break out above the high, it's a counter trend breakout, but if this counter trend breakout fails, then it turns it into a breakout continuation. Breakout continuations tell me that the peak is not locked in, and I would expect price to continue on down and form a new peak. So this is also an entry pattern for me. My cycles, my setups, my signal days, my entries are all exactly the same. This is a entry pattern for me, complex entry pattern. I have a bunch here, reversal, continuations, and pullbacks. This is a continuation pattern. So we're below that breakout level. Faking out the low is a breakout reversal, and then faking out the high underneath that breakout level is a breakout continuation. So I'd expect price to continue on down, but immediately I want to see what happens at this fake out level. So monthly traders are bearish. Weekly traders are also bearish. It's a bearish fake out week. We stayed below the fake out level, broke out below previous week low, and then coming into my session at 9 p.m., we got below weekly breakout level. So all the weekly levels are bearish. Monthly traders are bearish. Weekly traders are bearish. I'm only looking for sells on the session. So the reason why I liked AU immediately was because I saw this strong breakout bar, this one right here, closed as a bearish breakout day, faked out that previous month high, so I already know that the monthly is in breakout continuation. That's a strong directional bias move, so I'm only looking for sells. And then coming into the session at 9 p.m., saw this strong M15 bar, and I trade all time frames. My setups are completely fractal. I can trade everything. And if I'm trading an M15 move, I am looking for M5 as the momentum time frame, and I want to trade it on the 15-second time frame. So right here, the setup is on the M15. I saw this on the M15. The momentum time frame is the M5, and I execute on the 15 seconds. So once I saw that strong M15 bar, I dropped down to the 15-second time frame to time my entry. So I'm on replay mode over here. Here's the M15 bar. Strong push to the downside, hard time frames pushing down. I'm looking for a continuation setup. So I want to see this continuation setup, faking out the high, M5 high at the high of the M15. I want to take it down. That's a trend retracement setup. So what I'm always looking for if I have a strong directional bias. But in this case, price came down and faked out the low immediately. So I'm no longer trading that trend retracement setup. I'm now trading a fake out reversal. So it's exactly the same setup, just fake out reversals come after that fake out. So I'm no longer trading this move. I'm now trading this one, a range setup, fake out reversal, back down. So I updated the indicator, added some options to turn off some of the visualizers, and I've also updated how I do my trigger bars. So my trigger bars now, they follow the simple entry patterns as well as the complex entry patterns, and so they're exactly the same. So whenever I have a simple entry pattern or a complex entry pattern, it's going to be a trigger bar. So first trigger bar was bullish. You can see here, if I hover over it at the top there, M5 trend reversal. We have the M5 breakout level right here, faking out the low over here. This is a breakout reversal. Flipping that breakout level is a false breakout, and then getting above the M5 high, above that breakout level, is a trend reversal. So you can see here now on the simple entry patterns, this is what happened. Breakout, faking out the low is a breakout reversal. Flipping that breakout level, false breakout, and then getting above the high is a trend reversal. So right there, that's the exact pattern I'm looking for. But I have bearish bias, so I wasn't going to take this one. So looking for a bearish one, first bearish one is right here. So this is a fake out retracement. This is a complex entry pattern. A pullback one. Price came down, broke out below that M5 breakout level. Fake out the low is a reversal, breakout reversal, and then coming back up. Faking out the high is a fake out retracement. And so fake out retracements, a lot of times I take most of my losses on that fake out retracement move, and it's because I'm usually want to trade it down to the peak, but often it'll get stuck at that breakout level. So you can see that my cycles and my entries and my signal days are all exactly the same. And so wanted to take this down. It's a risky one, but I liked how the M15 closed bearish breakout followed by bullish fake out. And so this is a continuation setup for me. Looking for an M15 high fake out, M5 high fake out below that M15 breakout level. And that's exactly what happened. M15 high fake out, M5 fake out below the M15 breakout level. And we have the M5 fake out retracement pattern. Lots of confluence here, everything pointing in one direction. And so I took this as the first entry, stop loss at the high of the structure. And then as price continued on in my direction, then I sized in. So this was the first entry. You can see the highlights right here. The first one, and then the second one I was looking for over here. No continuation on this move, but then there was continuation on this bar. So this is a trend breakout. You can see there at the top, M5 trend breakout. Stop loss at the highs as the previous one. And this entry pattern is a trend breakout. So we're below that M5 breakout level, and then we're breaking out below the previous low. This is a trend breakout entry. So whenever I take entries, I always look for targets at breakout levels. And so the next breakout level is right over here. This was the first target. Second target is the previous week low. And you can already see that price came down to those levels. So looking for a target here. This was the first target, but the final target was down here. And as price came down and around 11-ish is when I start to end my session. So in the chart over here, 11, this is when I end my session. And so this is when I took my partials. It just got stuck in a range, and then I ended up just taking some partials over here and letting the trade run. Well, I don't need to show that. Well, price right around 11, took some partials, and then price continued on down. And I'm still in this one. And let's see what happens here. Actually, I probably should exit. Let's see, we're at that previous week low. Yeah, I'm going to exit. Hold on. Yeah, so exited my position, and I'm going to be looking for some pullback and enter again. So what was that? Can't undo. Okay, I can't remember how much that was. I'll redo that again. But took a nice move, and then now that was it. So that was the only trade I took in New York. Was also looking at gold, but gold, I thought the AU structure was better. Gold had a nice entry as well. I thought I had missed it. It faked out the M15 high over here. I could have taken it down from here, but I liked the AU structure better. Would have tried to hold it down towards the low, but wouldn't do that. So I probably would have been break even on gold. And this is what I said yesterday on gold. Sometimes it won't go to that area that you want. It'll start reversing right before it. Like at this point, if you were taking a sell here and you wanted to get all the way to the peak, just right before it kind of reverses. So that would have been really annoying if I had taken that one, but lucky I was in AU instead. Was also looking at UJ. I'm kind of still looking at UJ at the moment. UJ, there was an inside bar or outside bar, and so I did want to see price come up to fake out the high, and it almost it came up and then just kind of went back down, and so there was no trade for me. And it's kind of annoying you didn't see this. I was actually looking for UJ to come up, fake out the high, and get up to that high to take a sell, but it looks like it's kind of going off without me here. So I'll look to, like I said, I trade all time frames. My strategy is completely fractal. You can trade whatever you want. And so I can already tell you that I'll probably be looking for a pullback on UJ on the H4. But actually, it would be a lot better if it comes up. No, actually, it's okay with this one as well. Inside bar here, there's a range here, and this is why I wanted it to come up. to take out the range. And then if we get close enough, we might as well just take that day range high. But instead, I want the opposite direction. But basically, the reason why I wanted it to come up was to close and break out to take out the range. But if it closes and break out to the downside, that also takes out the range as well. But I'll talk about this in Asia session video. Um, New York session, I was just looking at AU. NZD also moved nicely, but I preferred AU. I think there was something else here. Indices, really nice drop on the indices as well. But again, I was kind of focused on AU, but this was sort of the move I was looking for as well. US 30, I thought was a little more difficult to, yeah, US 30 was the one that I couldn't really read. Lots of outside bars, inside bars, not enough movement here. I definitely wanted to break out, and it looks like it broke out yesterday. So again, I'll talk about this in some other video. But I was looking at NAS, but once it started getting stuck here, I just focused on AU. Gold took a nice one in Asia. There was an entry in London, but I didn't trade London, and the London entry was right here. I had a look at that M15 breakout, and then you could have actually got in on the 15-second again down to the previous week low. So that was a nice move in London. Yeah, and then there was an entry here in gold in New York, but it wouldn't have gone through. And yeah, so that's it. Okay, so Asia session now. Gonna wait for that H4 bar in about 40 minutes here, and then let's see what happens. Um, so I'm looking at these daily bars. AU and U are strong daily bars, but I need them to pull back in order to take anything in Asia. And so I'm focused more on UJ at the moment. I think UJ setting up nicely, but I do want it to pull back. But let's see. Okay, anyways, I'll get to that some other time. One trade on AU, right there in that 15-second move, and took it down to the previous weekly breakout level, and then I just exited my position right here at that previous week low. All right, so that's it.